Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be starting up a new series on the channel. This is Dawncaster, the RPG card venture. And this game has absolutely taken over my life, and I'm not kidding. I've sort of lost about 4 days to it so far. I haven't done any recording for the channel in the last 4 days, and this game is the reason why. So I thought, you know what, I'd better do a bit of a series on this game. So what is it? Well, it's a deck builder game. I guess it's a roguelike. There is meta progression. I wouldn't necessarily say it's got the classic roguelike structure, but it's definitely a deck builder. And I would say it's probably the best one I've played. And I've played quite a few. Probably the best one I've played since Slay the Spire. Certainly the last time I've been this obsessed with one was Slay the Spire. And it bears some similarities. There's, I think this series, I'm going to make my sort of Sundays series, I think, so one a week, and I think in each of these videos I'm going to kind of do a different build. I'll start up a new game in a moment, but essentially there's 6 or so starting classes, but within each of those classes there's a different type of playstyle available that you kind of build and evolve as you go through a run and pick up cards, get rid of new ones, get abilities that kind of change your thinking entirely on the fly. But there are sort of archetypes, and I'm going to sort of have a little go at the various archetypes, I think, one at a time. Let's start a new game anyway, so you can kind of see what we've got here. So you've got an Arcanist, spellcaster type, the Hunter. I have quite a lot of fun with Hunter. It's, a bit of melee, a bit of ranged. A Knight who, as it sounds, is quite tanky, but a little bit of magic ability. Rogue is probably my favourite class, and the one I've kind of advanced the meta progression on the most. Probably don't need to explain Rogue. Seeker is like, in D&D terms, it would be a bit like a monk, sort of Fists of Fury type thing, but with sort of some latent magical stuff as well. And Warrior, who really is the sort of meat and two veg sort of blood and thunder, hitting things in the face until they die. So we're going to take a look at... I might actually do a Warrior run, because I kind of want to do a fairly vanilla, simple first run, just to kind of show you guys like the mechanics at play, and before we move on to more complicated stuff. I also haven't actually done any sort of meta unlocks on this character, so we're going to be sort of everything in basic level. But I have actually won a run with a very basic Warrior, because it can get steamrolling into absolutely insane levels. So as you go through, as you start a new game, you pick your class, as we've just done. Then you pick a weapon that you want to start with. As you can see at the moment, I've only got the choice of this one. In fact, if I just come out again quickly and show you the rewards screen, you kind of get what I'm talking about. So here we can click on the various classes. So for instance, Arcanist, I've sort of unlocked a few bits and bobs. I've sort of played around a little bit with a Fire Mage build, which I might even do next, because that was quite fun. And as you progress in a run, and you go as far as completing it, ideally, you gain these things called Fate Shards, which are like the game currency. And you use these to sort of unlock new things. And basically, for each playstyle, you get like a starting weapon, starting ability, and a starting card. And once you've got those, you've kind of got the fundamentals of that type of build in place. So you don't have to unlock everything to get good at a class. You kind of work down this tree and think, okay, I've got these 3 things, I can be a Fire Mage now. Or if I did these 3 things, I could be a nice Frost Mage, So Hunter I've done a little bit. In fact, I quite like my Hunter build as well. It's like based around causing bleeds on enemies, which we'll get to at some point. But if I go to Warrior, because you haven't unlocked anything, in fact, I might even spend a little bit here just to gain a little bit of extra health. Now, I'm not sure how long these videos are going to be. I mean, a complete run can take several hours. So I'm thinking that's probably why it's going to be one video a week. But, so if you fail, it could be a lot less. But I kind of do my best to do a complete run each time. And I think initially we'll kind of read all the flavor texts and stuff and talk through the mechanics. So it'll probably take a bit longer. But hopefully future runs, as we see stuff we've seen before, I can kind of just, speed through it and get things done a little bit quicker. But we're going to start with this. This is our basic weapon. This is where we start with about 6 or 7 of these in a deck of 12, I think it is, to begin with. And they're very basic, but they kind of get you started on your sort of archetype that you're going to build. So we've got this War Mace. It's going to cost us 2 energy. We'll get to everything as we play. Deals 2 damage, inflict brittle, and this brittle effect is what can scale the Warrior just to insane levels, because for every one of these, you do double damage to an enemy. So you can see if you keep stacking and stacking it, that it just gets a godly in the end. Now, so this is my weapon power. This is something we can activate every few combats. It varies depending on the thing, but this is every 4 combats. Use your weapon power to gain 1 health for every melee action in your deck. That's kind of a genre of cards that we're going to see. Not very often, but it's kind of used as like an emergency heal, but I haven't got any other options at the moment, so we're going to leave it there. And kind of this is our kind of starting special card on our deck that will kind of help inform the sort of archetype that we play. Make a basic attack, that's the War Mace that we just saw, and flanking we'll get to, and haste we'll get to. But it has like a special effect if you kind of meet the conditions of it. So let's select that. This is our guy, but you can kind of scroll. I can't edit the name, but I can sort of scroll through options. Balkan Starlight, why not? I'm going to play on normal. I'd like to get deep in a run if I can. I haven't done anything more difficult than that yet. And I've probably only won like maybe 25-30% of the runs I've played. A lot of the time it's kind of experimenting just to see what cards do and the various things and trying to work out builds that might be successful. Now when I bought this on Steam, it's actually had... So initially, I understand, I had never played it on mobile, but I understand this was a popular mobile game for quite a few years. They've launched it on Steam now, with all the DLCs that they've brought out. So you can kind of toggle on and off all the like card packs and maps and enemies and stuff. I kind of play with everything enabled, because it gives you a good range of stuff to go through, and you can also, it gives you extra rerolls on certain things, which I think are good to have. So yes, I play with all that stuff. Infernal Invasions, you can have like demons in encounters, but the one time I did flick that on, which actually was the first time I played, it made things a bit crazy. So we may flick that on at some point in this series, but for this to begin with, let's just go in with that kind of left off. So this is our first run, Sunfall Meadows. I've played 3 different starting maps. I think every stage has 3 options that kind of apply each time to that stage. The first one you don't get to pick, the others you do, but it is a bit randomized. Anyway, we're kind of in this sort of fertile farmland. We've got a quest as we go through this area. Escort the merchant. You've been tasked with safeguarding an Emporium merchant and their wagon down the once safe road of the Sunfall Meadows. However, dark times have cast their long shadows over the land, and the golden grain fields no longer offer the careless sanctuary it once did. So every level, every area kind of has this little introductory text. You get like a little slight preview of the sort of enemies and the boss of the area that you'll be facing. So we'll click past that. Here we go. This road's mine now. He's the boss of the zone. Hopefully we'll beat him. The Gold Road. You find yourself journeying along a dusty road flanked by the golden fields of grain on either side. Alongside you, a merchant's cart creaks and rattles, filled with goods covered by a tattered canvas. A man in an extravagant dress hums a tuneless melody, his attention fixed on crumpled paper. Noticing your gaze, he waves an ink-stained quill towards the road. Eyes ahead, warrior! This road isn't as safe as it once was. Thrice so for a renowned Emporium mercantile savant like Julius Belthorpe. Renowned? Oh, wait. Julius Belthorpe, the Emporium's 4th biggest earner for 2 consecutive years. A feat not easily achieved, we assure you. His words dripping with self-importance. Well, who are these bandits? Merely some local ruffians, no match for a protector employed by the Emporium. We trust you'll handle any obstacles. Where are we going? Oh, we're headed to Bright Candle, a burgeoning settlement ripe with opportunities. The Emporium seeks to support the local garrison there, and we're to facilitate this most important venture. What about my pay? Ah, yes, there's a small matter of your compensation. The man tosses you a small pouch of coins, so he's given us 25 gold. Sorry, 15 gold, bringing us to 25. Now, eyes on the road, my guardian. Barring any unpleasantness, we should reach Bright Candle before the shadows catch up to us. Right, here we go. So this is where the roguelike thing comes in. At each point, there's like a deck of cards in play, and these are doled out sort of randomly as you go. So sometimes it'll be a fight, sometimes it'll be something else. And we pick one of these. Now, I tend to pick the opportunities which are randomized when they appear, because if you ignore them, they kind of disappear and get taken out of the deck, I think. So let's just do one of these first. Oh, I like this one. Molkin Burrow. Somehow in this unwelcome waste, you gaze upon the unmistakable barrel-sized hole in the ground of a Malkin burrow. They really can survive anywhere. Now, we're going to climb inside. The muffled whimpers of a wounded Malkin echo hauntingly in the dim light as you scramble into the burrow. A mangy Malkin gazes at you, a bundle clutched to their bloody chest. A few beggarly tools and chests clutter the nooks. Inspect him. The Malkin whimpers, clutching the wound in its fur. Why are you alone?
New leaders say they own all now, as we were supposed to share, work for all Malkin.
They motion to the bloody wound across their fur. New leader? The creature motions to the scars in their fur.
Big fight, new leader bad. Wanted to take my stuff, but it didn't. Kept it all.
So we're going to offer it some gold. Well, it says offer some food, but we're giving it 20 gold. And we get to buy a fairly high-level card by doing this. So it's always worth doing this in this particular encounter I've seen. The Malkin takes the food, biting down with its big ivory teeth. A few moments later, the creature scrambles to its feet, visibly recovering from its wounds.
Oh, thank you.
The Malkin stutters as if the words are in some strange language. It then looks down into the bundle, clutched to its side, and opens it as if to offer something of your choice. So again, we've got a choice of 3 in this card reward, and I can already see this is the one I'll be taking. But basically, this enters our deck, and they're all equipment cards, which are things that once you play it, they kind of sit in your... Well, we'll see. But basically, we're going to be taking this one because this one is awesome. It's expensive, but it's going to be very good for us. So we're going to take this flying carpet, and we'll get to what it does when we see it in play. The creature smiles.
Good friend,
it says, seemingly already becoming more familiar with the word before it turns, and burrows into the sandy ground below, disappearing from sight. Okay, so we're going to do a fight now. This one is issuing a challenge, which means that we have to click on this. So, but on this screen, we can see this is its health. So you can sometimes judge like how difficult an enemy is likely to be based on how tanky it is. This is us in the lower left. 70 is our health. And if we click on our portrait, it gives us like a little rundown of as a warrior, we have 2 pips in strength, each of which generates a type of energy that we can use to play cards during our turn. And the stats for the run. You can also look at the talents you sort of got along the way. I don't really know. Oh, bounties is like meta stuff. The reward, if you can sort of achieve this thing, you'll get given this much of the currency. And it tells you kind of what you've unlocked on this class's reward track. Yeah. Part of the reason I chose to play warrior actually is because I've got a target of getting 50 of these if I manage it, so that would be quite nice. A lot of the negative reviews on Steam pointed out the game is a little grindy in offering out these things, although your first run of the day is you get rewarded twice as many as you usually would. And the devs have also said on the Steam forum that they're planning on updating it to be a bit more generous with how many they dish out, so it'd be easy to progress. What else? This is our gold here in the bottom center, not very much at the moment. This is my deck. You can click on that and get a little deck list of the cards, but we'll see those as we play. And this, if I right click it, it just reminds us what our weapon power is, and if I click it, it would activate it. But I'm full health, so I don't need to do that right now. All right, let's do this challenger. Let's see a fight. Just for this area, we have this cart, and this is the thing we're protecting with the merchant on it, and some enemy damage. Damages this as well. I've never had it die, but it's bound to happen on this, this video now that I've said that. So let's see. So types of card. This is what's called a surge card. Every class comes with this, and it's a way of getting little bonuses in terms of it's free to play, gives you an extra energy, and the red ones give you a bit of health when you play it as well, so that's quite nice. These are our weapons that we saw. This is the special card that we saw, and this is all the decks start with a couple of block cards as well. I tend to try and get rid of those as quickly as possible. So the best thing to do here is going to be to play that, because it means I'm actually not going to play one of these. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the block, even though I don't generally rate block, because this activates the special characteristic of this card, this attack. It says make a basic attack, so it's going to do one of these anyway for half the cost. But flanking happens when the card you play is like on either the left or the right side of your hand of cards. And actually, it's got like a little green outline now to indicate that that is activated. So we're going to play that. So it's going to cost one of those energies, and it's going to do a basic attack and also give me a little status thing, haste. And what haste will do, it'll mean that the next card we draw it will be 1 energy point cheaper. Now these pips at the bottom are red, the energy I have to spend. You'll notice on these cards it's white. It's because the basic attacks can be played with any kind of energy. There's 4 types. There's rogues tend to get green, mages blue, and there's like a divine gold one that's a bit of a special one that doesn't come as a base thing that I've seen. It kind of gets rewarded through cards and stuff. But you can play any of those can be used to play these, but I haven't got enough to play that card, so we're going to end my turn. Now the enemy goes. Okay, so he's going to try and inflict bleeding. He has done that. He's inflicted slow. That's going to counteract. That does basically the opposite of my haste. It makes cards more expensive. But I'm going to play my magic carpet now. So as an equipment card, when you play these, it's going to use up all my energy, but it's now into my little bar thing here, where it's like active enchantments, blessings, effects type stuff. And if I click on it, I have to go I can't show my card list here, but basically it's going to make all these cards 1 cheaper. So if I do that, and then I can play this and gain an extra energy, I can now play one of these cards. So yeah, I'm going to play that. Now it's caused this brittle. So like I said, what brittle does, when damage is dealt, you remove it, but the next damage does as much extra damage as stacks of brittle you have. So my next attack will do 2 more, basically. So he's generating energy for himself, done a bit of damage to me. I've still got this bleed. Bleed is kind of the same. Take 1 additional per stack of bleeding, and then reduce the stacks by 1. The difference is the bleeding lasts a bit longer, so it can be quite powerful, but the brittle can... yeah, I don't know. It's similar, but slightly different. I don't know quite how to explain it. We'll just see it. Right, so again, I'm going to play my magic carpet. Now I can play 3 of these cards. So this would do 2 damage, but it should do 4 now. Oh, 3. What did that do? 3. 2 damage. 5. Yeah, that made sense. So this one should do 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah. Okay. Taking a little bit of a beating. Considering it's our first combat, so we're going to do that. I'm going to play my magic carpet one last time, and it comes back to the hand, which is kind of cool. In fact, I can play it again. And now all those cards are free. That's why I love the magic carpet. I mean, it's the kind of card you can actually build a deck around, and getting it as early as we did is really nice. Because those rewards we got from that Molkin are somewhat randomized from like the quite large pool of equipment cards. Deal 6 damage. Frenzy. Frenzy is a state... I mean, there's if you go on the game wiki, there's like a whole table full of all the various status effects and stuff. Basically, if you caused yourself damage on your turn, or something caused you damage on your turn, Frenzy... luckily, if you highlight stuff per card, it does tell you what it does. Yeah, so when you take damage on your turn, it'll gain 10% of your maximum health, which is quite nice, but yeah, I don't know. I find it quite hard to build around doing myself damage, so I'm not going to take that. This one. Draw a card. If it's a melee action, add an adaptation slot. This one might be fun. There's a lot of food cards. I've never built a deck around the food mechanic. It might be quite fun to try it out. I was going to go slightly more vanilla on this one. You know, no, let's go food. Let's go food. Deal 4 damage, delve an ingredient. Delve just kind of means you get a choice of which one to pick. So let's do that. That's in our deck now. So campsite. At a campsite, you can either recover 20% of your health or remove a card from your deck. I'm actually going to do that. And I'm going to remove a card from my deck. I'm going to remove one of these basic blocks. Eventually, I'll probably remove a lot of the basic attacks as well once we've kind of got like a replacement set up. I might just take that though. A little heal. I'm actually going to remove the other block card. Just to streamline my deck a little bit. To the opportunity. Ah, finally, some shadow. Such a strange thing to be longing for in these times of darkness. We will set up camp and make repairs. Okay, so this random event gives us the opportunity to repair the wagon if it's got damaged. It hasn't yet, I don't think. I don't have the money for it anyway. Yeah, it's still at 100%. Ah, now shrines. This is where we can add interesting effects to some of our cards. And they're quite different. There's quite a large pool of these, and they all do different stuff. Shrine of Trickery. Strange statue stands alone in an otherwise deserted area. It's difficult to determine the number of figures that are depicted in the blackened shrine, as faces seem to constantly shift, almost as if they were mocking those who try to find shape in the chaos. This shrine allows you to alter a card unpredictably. Some students of Chaos might even be able to hide. Okay, so this one adds a random effect to a card. If you're playing a wizard class, you can actually get it to specify like which ones it is going to do. But we're not, so I've got to choose. Am I going to do it to a card that's really important to me, or one that I'm not necessarily that fussed about? Let's try it on this, because some of the effects can be really cool. Untempered. I don't know what that one does. I don't think it's a particularly useful one. The statue swirls around the card as it too becomes consumed in its chaotic shapes. Before you know it, you feel it center around a single card, sweeping it along before it returns to you, visibly marked by the experience. Right, let's have a quick look at that, because I don't actually know what that does. Untempered. Untempered cards are... What? Oh, no. It's going to delete... Untempered cards are removed from your deck at the end of combat. It's going to delete it from the next fight. It's going to delete it from my deck. Oh, that's terrible. That's probably one of the worst results you could get. Oh well, maybe we won't build around the food mechanic after all. Well, we can see what it does now anyway. Okay, so it's going to do the full damage. It's like a Minecraft meat. Demon's Tail. On one use, shuffle a Fury into your deck. Garnish. Now, what does garnish mean? Garnish triggers whenever this is the third ingredient you play that turn. Okay. The next action, fix original hit. Create an ingredient. I think inflicting 2 burning's not a bad idea, because I'm only going to get to play this like one of these once, because obviously I don't have other stuff kind of doing at the moment. And that's all I can do. Right, so we've got this cooking. When adding a third ingredient trigger its garnish thing. So I think when we play these, it'll kind of... Oh, it doesn't have to be a third one on a turn. It's just the third one in, out of however long. Okay. Up here we can see enemy stuff as well. You can kind of see the sorts of cards they're going to play. Not necessarily what they're going to play, but, they will see if they're going to make a ranged attack or an unknown action. If they've got any block, armor, which he does. He's burning. I did that to him. So burn applies the damage at the end of their turn. Poison, well, we'll get to all of the status effects. They all act slightly differently, but the fire one happens at the end of the turn of the person who's burning. And he gains an armor at the start of the turn. Okay, well, oops. Let's gain some of that. Let's hit him. Yes, the armor deterred some of that, so it didn't do as much as it normally would. Basic attack, flanking, a bit of haste, okay. I can do. Oh, I should also say that the unspent energy carries over to your next turn, which is quite nice. I tend to spend as much as I can on a turn, but you can be a bit more strategic than that. Why didn't I think you can also click on the middle. It gives you like a little rundown. Any damages on hit interrupt. What does interrupt do? Removes the target's remaining energy. Oh, that's what it does. Okay. That's why my energy didn't carry over, but it's okay because I got 2 of these. I'm going to play my flying carpet again, and we're going to make those cheap so I can do both. Bing bang. I think we're going to take quite a lot of damage this next one. Oh no. Yeah. these ballista types, they take a couple of turns to get it going, but I think he's already done that. Well, we might as well play this, seeing as we're about to lose it. So I did have 11 cards. So I'm going to see, but deleted it. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the cooking mechanic. We'll come back and let's build around that in a future run. But what do we got here? Gain 2 anger. Anger's good, because for every stack of anger, your the damage you deal goes up by 1 for every stack. So I like that. And you actually, although it looks similar in color, you actually play this with your health. So even if I have no energy left in my hand, I'd be able to play this because it would come out of that HP. So I think I'm going to take that. Anger's good for a warrior because it can scale really nicely with that brittle effect that we're causing. Oh, actually, did I? Oh, no, because I added the stone street. Yeah, that's why it's back up to 11. Okay. Well, this guy's a bit tougher. We'll fight him now. So he's well below 50% health. Your attacks also damage the wagon. Okay, so when he's at 23, we're going to want to finish him off fairly quickly after that. But gaining 2 anger is good. And anger is persistent. Some stuff, like armor, fades at the start of your turn. But some other stuff, like this anger, will persist and keep getting added to. Which is rather nice. Can't play that. I can only play one thing. Okay. Okay, we've got a flying carpet back and we can play it, so we're going to do that. It doesn't make much sense to actually use it at the moment. You can see it's got a little 3 under the magic carpet thing. That's because you can play it 3 times. It's what's called durability, but in the magic carpet's case, all that does is kind of return it to your deck. Some equipment gets kind of permanently cancelled, but it kind of depends on the specific card. Damage to me. Ooh, my flanking thing's right there, so I think we're going to do that. Now I have both these, and I can do those. Right. And I can actually do that now, and we'll play that as well. Okay, so his next damage is going to damage the wagon as well. 5, okay. Did I have armor? Because I think I blocked that. I'm not quite sure. If I did, it was accidental. But I think our next attack is probably going to kill him. In fact, if you kind of hold the card up, you can see what it will do, like how much health I'll have left. So I think what I'll actually do is gain 2 more anger. See how kind of my health went down at that point. I'll even play the carpet, because then we can play 2 of these. It won't be necessary, because that's actually enough to kill him with the extra damage. There we go, there's our XP going around. When you level up, you get to pick a talent that can affect your style of play or run quite significantly in some cases. What have we got here? Gain 4 armor. If the enemy is holding an attack, gain 8 armor instead. That's quite good. They often are. Deal 5 damage. Gain energy and interrupt if you were hit with a melee action last turn. That's a little more conditional. I'm going to go for this one, I think, because even if it's just the 4 armor, that's pretty good. Warriors doesn't seem to really be an armor class. The knight is more geared towards that, but, you know, it's fine. Let's do the Saboteur. This one's quite annoying because he gets a special thing that means melee attacks don't hit him when he's got it up. Plus he adds mines to your deck that explode and do damage. He's quite annoying enemy, this one. Yeah, you see he's already put a mine in. So when I play 5 cards, this is going to explode and do 5 damage to me. Which I don't like very much. It's the best thing to do, Things if I cancel, the reason I'm just taking a moment is if I just play no cards, this will just disappear. But again, he'll just play more, so it's almost like just tank the damage and just deal with it. You know? So I'm going to take the 2 anger, and I can play with those as well. Oh no, because he evaded it. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's his thing where he avoids melee damage. It's quite. You might also be wondering why he went first. Some enemies have this enchantment where they get first strike in combat. You can tell before you fight them. It's generally indicated on their little portrait on the choice of enemies thing. God, I've got 2 mines now. I'm in 2 mines about this. Alright, we're going to play my flying carpet. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to face tank the damage. I've decided. There's no point playing the carpet now, though, because I'm out of energy. The key with him, really, is just to try and kill him as quickly as possible. Ranged and magic classes have no problem, because this only blocks melee damage. He's not holding an attack, so that would be 4 armor. In any case, I think we'll play that. So that's going to get blocked, but this one will hit. Did the damage to me. I might as well take the armor. Ooh, that was quite a nice hit with the brittle. We've almost got him. He's done a decent lick of damage to us, but it's fine. Ooh. Again, I mean, this is gonna. It was wasteful to do that damage to myself because the evade. There he is. He's dead. Good riddance. There's probably going to be others. Bash. Deal damage equal to your armor. But we're not going to be doing a lot of armor. This one, though, inflict brittle equal to your armor, could pair quite nicely with that other card that we got. Because we want to be doing the brittle. I think building around brittle is quite a nice idea for this deck. It's how I won that run anyway. Okay, so when you're getting towards the end of your deck of cards, you end up with these cards that are like dead ends or barricades or what have you. So it's something you can't click on. It's basically telling you you're running out of cards. Getting towards the end of stuff. I'm going to heal up on this one. I still can't do my special power because it's every 4 battles. This is like a plot thing. Gold Road. The wagon takes 25 damage. A sudden explosion rouses your attention. Black smoke rises from underneath the carriage, leaving one of its wheels destroyed, so it's taking 25 damage. Mudfang Kingpin. Oh my! Looks like you've stumbled into a little present of mine. How about we avoid more explosive surprises and we both mind our own business? The creature hisses as he points a large rusty wrench at the wagon. Who or what are you? Me? The large mole-like creature gasps. I'm the undisputed king of Kaboom of this road. Now, drop that tribute before you hit another one of my surprises. The creature growls as he waves his wrench at the wagon behind you. You won't take anything, bandits. Fight you want, fight you'll get. Creature shouts as he hops back into the golden grain, quickly disappearing from sight. Bah, common bandits, just what we needed. We suppose we'll set up camp here for the night, while you repair the wagon and continue come morning. He basically won't repair it himself. He won't double your pay. I'm just going to not repair the wagon because we're near the end of the run. We'll be fine from here. Oh, I've just realised it's half health. Maybe I should have repaired it. We'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, so he's going to go... It's another one of those guys, so he's going to go first and be really annoying. We should beat him eventually, though. It's just a question of how much damage he does to us first. He's got 2 evade. I mean, there is very little point me even doing anything this turn. But I will inflict brittle on him, so we can build that at least, and then we'll... I was going to say save my energy. I think we're okay to save energy on this enemy. He doesn't do the interrupt thing, don't think. Ooh, what we got? Okay, so he is holding an attack this time, so we could get 8 armor for that. Let's... haven't got a mine, so we can play any number of cards. Let's just take the energy. Should gain 8 armor. Need to do my flying carpet. He's going to evade the attack, so there's no point burning a use of that and just my energy, so just hold on to it for now. Now, he didn't add a mine then because my armor blocked his attacks, so a lot of these effects are like on hit, so if you have armor or another kind of barrier, if they don't actually do the damage to you, then it doesn't happen. But that kind of applies as well to stuff you do, so... Oh, we've got an evade now, that's interesting. I don't have a mine yet either, so we can just... Oh, I've got that bloody evade every time I forget. Anyway, it's gone now. We'll do that. Get more armor. And we can play both of these. Wallop, you're almost dead. Deck's already feeling like it's, starting to come together a little bit. The next thing is to try and find a more reliable source of damage than these war maces. And we can kind of, start to weed those out. I don't need to take the extra damage on this. let's just... Oh, the bloody evade. All right, there he goes. And we've leveled up. Hurrah! Okay, so because we took all the decks, I can actually... I've got a few... whatchamacallit? I can swap these cards out to a few times. Immune to being dazed and stunned, though, is quite good, even though it's a basic upgrade, because those are two effects that can really cause you problems later on. Gain access to gold cards, add an eternal summons to your deck. Maybe I don't really want to do that on this build, that sort of adds a complication, I think. Melee cards in the card rewards gain an adaptation slot. I'm not going to do an adaptation run. I haven't tried that yet, but we'll do that another time. Start of combat, gain fortified. That's good for armor-based classes, because the fortified means the armor persists across another turn. But I don't know yet if I'm kind of building into that sort of thing. Rerolls, that's the word. Whenever you inflict a deep wound, inflict 3 bleeding and gain 2 regenerate. Now that's interesting. The deep wounds things can be hard to do, but if you can stack up 5 of them on an enemy, it instantly kills them. Let's re-roll that one again. Whenever you add a card to your deck you already own, I try not to duplicate stuff like that. At the end of the turn, your foe loses maximum health equal to your stagger. It's an interesting mechanic. Stagger's quite good when you apply it to people. But I have seen cards that do it to yourself, and I haven't ever wanted to do that because it does damage to you for every point of it, and it can build up quite quick. I'm wondering if there might be other cards that kind of mitigate that happening, because that sounds like a really terrible idea to me. I think of those, I'm going to go with the immune to dazed and stunned, because it's a horrible thing to have to play around later on. Your next basic attack inflicts a critical hit. Again, we're paying for this with health. Return this to hand when you enter a stance. That's a possible. Again, this is a health cost card. Draw a card. If it can be adapted, I'm not doing adaptations. There's also a bomb build, I think. I've seen a lot of bomb cards, but I haven't unlocked the archetype for that yet. So I think I'm just going to go for the more vanilla, do a crit hit type thing. Here he is, he's back. But I can do a heal this time for this fight, so... Why don't you mind your own business? Can't even see his face, he's so tall. Right, so we're going to do that, we don't want to do that, we don't want to do that. I can play both these, we do a critical hit, which means double damage, extra brittle. Nice brittle going there, played all our energy. Not a bad turn. Overdrive, spend all energy, deal 2 for each point. Yeah, that's quite a lot of damage. So let's gain the anger, so we're doing more damage. Armor. And do that. Gain the haste as well. Cool. Bit of armor to hide behind. Adding those mines to our deck that we've already seen. Now that actually blocked that time, so that's good. Ooh, my carpet. God. Right. I'm just going to tank the damage, I think. I'm actually going to add the carpet and then do that, so at least I can play that card as well. A bit more armor. Extra brittle. God. He actually didn't add... I wonder what he's doing. Oh, he's kind of... Yeah, he's adding more armor to himself each time. Get some more anger, so we're doing more damage. Get some armor as well. Now, we didn't get any XP for that. He basically flees the first time you meet him. So let's go in and do the ballista fight. Now, this is the guy that can damage the cart quite bad. Don't beat him quick enough. Oops. Let's do that. Let's gain some armor. We'll do one of them too. In terms of deck size, it really depends. I mean, I generally try and keep it to around 20 cards in the deck that all kind of feed into the type of build. But I think less is better generally. But there are certain perks you can get that reward you for getting a really big deck. So I have beaten the game with a deck of about 50 cards. It was crazy because there were some cards in my deck I never saw. Let's get the anger. Let's do the crit hit. Can't play my carpet unfortunately, but we can do that. Now, he might interrupt me, so I might lose that energy. Yeah. Wagon's going to be quite low, but I think it'll be alright. Right, so let's get some energy, let's get some armor. Play both these. Wallop. Wallop. Oh, he's dead. You can kind of see like how it can build up, like with the anger stacks and then the brittle stacks. They kind of work in a harmony to take enemies down quite quickly. Ooh, what's steady stance? Well, I'm immune to stun now. When you play a card that costs 3 or more energy, yeah. Deal 5 damage, enter the stun. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't feel like any of these are really building into the sort of build as I see it, I'm actually going to say no to those. Not kind of fill my deck up with stuff I'm not that fussed about. I've just noticed he's standing on a landmine. Okay. Take some energy. Yeah, we should get going on the brittle really as quickly as possible. Do the back swing. Sable. Yeah, do the carpet. I'm going to cheapen you, and we're going to play both. Bang, bang. Oh, I think it's the evasion we're getting from the carpet that's stopping this damage coming. I keep forgetting about that effect of it. It's like not the thing I use it for, but it's actually really useful. I should have done that first because it wouldn't have actually harmed my health to play that card. It's little misplays. I mean, I do kind of rush a little bit, I suppose, but it's fine. Beat the boss. Solid Strike. On deal 4 damage. When you draw the card, inflict 4 brittle and increase this card's next damage by 6. I think that's the one I'll take. We've also got gain 3 armor. On draw, increase the next armor gain by 3. So I'm not really going to do an armor build. Like the armor card I've got actually builds into the brittle things. That's fine. And Caltrops. This round inflict 3 piercing damage and 1 bleed when your foe plays an action. That can be quite good on a bleed build, but I'm going to take this one because it kind of feeds into the like brittle type stuff that we've got going on. At least I did it mine way. The large Malkin swirls on his feet and drops to the ground, dust plumes rising where his heavy body now rests. Oh, good work, Guardian. The merchant hesitantly offers from his spot behind the caravan. De Beer's bright candle is just over yonder, which means the terms of your contract with the Emporium have been fulfilled. You've even managed to keep most of our cargo intact. We suppose that warrants a reward of sorts. Very well. You'll be the first to have a look at our wondrous stock warrior with the Emporium's blessing. Ah. Now we got a little treat of card purchasing, not just a reward this time. So I'm going to work through these, think if there's anything that jumps out. Gain energy and rally, frenzy draw a card. It's okay, it's a free card. But I mean, it's a free card that gives me energy, so actually it's probably a no-brainer, but I've only got 50 gold, so draw a melee action, frenzy, gain that energy back. I can't really guarantee that I'll be gaining the frenzy is the thing. A Nova. Each class seems to have a Nova card, and they kind of seems to benefit from having the others. I'm not going to do a Nova build, is kind of what I'm getting at there. Swift Strike, another free card. Deal 3 damage. Return this to your hand after entering a stance. I don't know. I'm not sure about the stances at the moment. What is Steady Stance? Is that? Oh, that's the same one. Vengeful Assault. Deal 6 damage. If gold energy was spent, play a basic attack from your discard pile. I haven't got any gold energy yet. I quite like Advance. It's a free card. You either gain haste, which is always nice, and if you ambush is if you play it first in your turn. Your next melee action this turn inflicts a critical hit. I think I'll definitely buy that. For 10 gold, that seems really good. Take damage equal to your energy, then convert it to gold energy. If you're oathbound, I have no idea what that means. At the start of your turn, gain gold energy and take 3 damage. If you would die, revive at full health and gain a scar. If that feels like something that another card gives you, this is just reacting to that. Break apart, deal 3 damage, crushing. Draw 2 cards, then shuffle a card back into your deck. Crushing can be quite good. There is a card that does some quite good stuff if you deliver crushing damage, which is just when you inflict 10 or more damage on one hit, which is going to be possible with this build. I definitely like balance. I could refresh these and see if there's other options, but I actually do quite like advance, so I will take that. And I'll gain the battle cry as well. The rally thing just means that I'll gain a health the next time the enemy plays a card on their turn. It's fine. And if we get the frenzy, we get it. But I'm not going to worry too much about that particular effect there. And then we leave the area. Nothing else to do. Right. Second act, we go into Bright Candle. Bright Candle was founded by the Radiant Militia as a rallying banner on the border between Loomis and the Darklands of Umbris. So we get a few services and things here. You return there twice, after the first act and after the third one, and then thereafter we're kind of out on our own questing. But we've got the opportunity to do a few things here. At the inn, we can rest and gain energy. I don't particularly need to. I think I'll be fine. Blacksmith, we can upgrade stuff or remove a basic attack, which might be worth it, because I've got a lot of this stuff kind of just cluttering up my thing here now. What actually is my damage dealer? If I didn't have that. I've got a lot of enabling stuff. Well, this one perhaps, the make a basic attack with the flank. That's the same as these. Plus I've got the this one now. So maybe I can get rid of a basic attack. It costs 30 to get rid of one. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. So you can upgrade a card. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to remove a basic attack, and I think all these are the same, so we'll just get rid of that one. Tighten that deck up a little bit again. This is a story thing. Consul Evelaine, the commander of Bright Candle Fortress. Ah, another adventure answering the Gilded summons. You've arrived at a fortuitous time, warrior. We could use your assistance in a delicate matter. I'm here about my pay. All in good time, warrior. You'll need to prove you're more capable than other recruits that have found their way to my doorstep first. Well, what happened to these recruits? It's hard to tell. Some whispers of desertion have started circulating recently after one of our more capable officers went missing. Others suspect their inexperience caused them to fall prey to the local wildlife. So you see, our losses outside the battlefield are growing faster than I care to have publicly known, which makes you a good and frankly expendable candidate to investigate this delicate matter, warrior. Where should I look? Well, the outskirts of Bright Candle are still considered hostile territory. Our patrols now stay in sight of our fortifications, so your task will be to explore beyond the safety of Bright Candle's protection to the west or to the east. Who are the missing soldiers? All of the missing soldiers are part of the recent reinforcements. The consul pauses, tapping her desk as if hesitant to continue. Most of the recruits are not unlike yourself. Most of them recruits, not unlike yourself. With the brunt of our force down in the ramparts, we have recruits guarding our back. I wish I had the numbers to have more experienced soldiers look into this matter, but that's a luxury we can ill afford at this time. Well, I'll investigate. Glad to hear it, warrior. Report back with any information, and the Gilded summons will make it worth your time. Okay, so we've got our mission. We'll go to the alchemist. There's not a lot of point, but because I can't afford anything. But you can buy potions, or you can kind of transmute cards from your deck into other cards, either of equal rarity, or if you pay a bit more, a higher rarity, which I tend to do because it can get some quite nice results. You get a choice of, I think, 6 options when you do that. No money at the inn, for the inn, I should say. I'm going to do. There's a little trick that I learned off the Steam forums. There's a thread there of hints and tips that aren't explained in game that people are kind of saying as they discover them. One of which is that your basic thingy talent down here gets reactivated once you visit the blacksmith, which we will be doing in the next section. It gets refreshed, so because mine takes quite a long time to reactivate, and because I have missing health, I'm going to do that now, gain a bit of health, and then next time I visit a blacksmith, that'll get refreshed. As you approach the guards near the gates, they solemnly salute you. Ready to head back out so soon, warrior? I'm ready. Now, this is our choice of like our first proper section. These are the DLC card packs, but I'm going to play the core one first. We're going to go after these bandits, I think, in the woods. East of the Weeping Woods lay the Blight Woods, which, as the name suggests, is as inhospitable as its neighbour. Deal with the bandits, our quest. Consul Evelaine wants you to investigate the disappearance of several recruits. Whispers of desertion have led you into the Blight Woods, a secluded area to the east of Bright Candle. Right, let's do it.
Look, boys, another glory seeker. Go get him.
All right, now this is the elite for the area. We didn't really have an elite in the first zone. But you can probably tell that they are a bit special with the skull and the red lettering and everything. We're not going to fight them now because that is a particularly nasty little encounter, that one. Let's go after this cannoneer instead. Just hold still, will ya? Alright, so we're going to gain an energy. There's no reason not to do that, I think. Oh, I should have played that as the ambush. Oh, misplay. Getting careless. Okay, we can gain the haste anyway. We can play both these. Deal 10 damage, on draw, inflict... Oh yeah, he's done the brittle. That's why it's saying it's going to be doing more damage. Oh no, it's because it increases the damage by 6. So this is going to be doing 12 damage to him, probably. There we go. And do a bit more of that. One thing to be slightly aware of is that if we get rid of all the basic attacks, we're going to sort of lose the means to do a lot of our brittle. So I'll have to keep that in mind. We have got this card though. Oh, I have... Yeah, have I got any other way of getting armor before I use that one, I wonder? Not really. Okay, let's do the anger. Let's gain the 4 armor. Next basic... Oh yeah, so I can do a basic attack after this. It's going to be a critical hit. Let's do that. Bingo, bango. Here's another one. So he takes a few turns to kind of queue up his attack, and then he fires a cannonball, which will be on his next turn, which does... At base, 20 damages. It can be really difficult to deal with. But we're going to be able to kill him because we're playing a really damaging class. I'm going to put the armor on just for fun. And then we kill him. If you're playing more of a slow deck, he can actually do some really nasty damage to you. I'm going to take this. It doesn't look like it does much, like you're swapping an energy for an energy, but getting anger each time is actually quite nice. So I probably will take that one. Gaining armor equal to your foe's stagger is quite interesting. I haven't got any cards yet that deal that, but we could build to it maybe. Stone Stance. Whenever you gain armor, gain 1 more. Immune to bleeding. Bleed can be quite nasty. You could try and find ways to stagger. It can be quite a nice effect to inflict. Alright, let's see if we can get that going. It's still early days. We've got time to kind of evolve our deck a little bit. So I'm going to go to the blacksmith. I can't do anything. I'm interested to see though if that's enough to refresh this just visiting him. Oh, it was. Yeah, cool. That's a nice tip there. Campsite. Do I want to remove a... Yeah, I could remove a card. Or we could remove a basic attack. Let's do that. We're still early days in the run, so I kind of feel a bit emboldened to use the camps to do that rather than heal. Let's do an opportunity. Ah, this is so cool. I love doing this one as a warrior. Axe in the stone. You find a stone tablet cloven in twain by a large axe, still stuck at the centre of the twin pieces of debris. Examine the stone. What in the world? The blacksmith grumbles, scratching the back of his head. That's no ordinary axe. I haven't seen metal that could cleave granite in a long, long time. Try to pull free. Now, if you do it as anything other than a warrior, this doesn't work. You settle your hands around the hilt of the mighty weapon. At first, it resists every attempt to get a good grip. The object itself feels like it's fighting you, leaving you unable to unsettle the massive axe. One more try. Your fingers reach around the hilt, ignoring the strange resistance of the mighty weapon. As you start to pull, and the blade slides free of the stone with ease, gladly relinquishing its stone prison for the capable grip of your strong hands. We've got the Hellforged axe. So this has replaced one of those basic attacks. It looks like it costs more, but the bottom energy thing here is actually health damage. So it doesn't cost any more in terms of our sort of stored energy. But this deals 15 damage, and you can upgrade it. Shuffle 4 Fury cards. It doesn't tell us here what Fury cards are, but basically they increase our anger. They do a damage and increase our anger, so actually they could be used to sort of trigger our frenzy as well, potentially. To your discard pile, Rampage. I have to remind myself what Rampage does. But this is also classed as a basic attack, which means that if we go to the blacksmith and do like upgrade all our basic attacks, it will include this. And there are some cards that will say things like, "Oh, play a basic attack from your discard pile" or something. And then if this is the only basic attack you've got, this is the one it will play. So it's really nice. Rhaegar gasps, inspecting the runes that run along the base of the weapon. A Hellforged weapon? I never thought I'd see the day, warrior. I'd love to work with this and discover its secrets. I might even be able to upgrade your arsenal with metal like this. Now, I think if you hand over the axe, I think all your basic attacks get +1 upgrade. I'm not sure on that. I've never taken it because obviously we're going to keep the axe. The axe seems to approve. It is yours. Yours and yours alone. All of it is yours and will be yours and stay yours and yours forever and ever. It absolutely will. So that's a couple of basic attacks we got rid of, one of which is replaced with a very, very nice, helpful legendary card. So lovely stuff. Oh, let's do another opportunity. Oh dear, this is not so good. A blood moon rises, enraging all enemies in the area. Rest at a campsite to allow the blood moon to pass. We will do, but I want to take the other opportunity so it doesn't disappear. You spot something glittering in the shadows. Find 20 gold. Oh, very nice. Alright, we're going to rest now because I don't want to do any more fights with that blood moon up. We needed to heal a bit anyway. Okay, well, let's do the non-elite first. We're going to do all the fights in the area. I tend to try and complete an area before moving on, just to like gain as much XP and stuff as possible. Okay, so we're going to play the ambush this time. We're going to get a critical hit. And awesomely, that is going to be with our Hellforged Axe. I'm going to click on this first. So what is a Fury card? Gain an anger, take a damage, draw a card as well. So that's really cool. You get 4 of those. Cards with Rampage gain double the damage bonus from anger. Chef's kiss. We're going to play that, and we're going to pretty much kill this dog. Bang. So, he's going to get an attack on us, but yeah, I love my Hellforged Axe. And you can upgrade it as well. A lot of the really the legendary cards you can't actually upgrade. So that is really cool. I mean, we're obviously going to kill him, so I'm just thinking, is there anything that benefits me to play before that happens? I don't think so. Oh, he didn't die. He gained health. Why did he gain health? I've missed something. No, I don't know. I've missed something there. Which actually means that he is going to get to attack. So we're going to do that. I'm going to play the magic carpet, and I'm going to make that free so it doesn't do the health damage to us. We got the evasion, so he's going to hit us with one of his special attacks. But because it doesn't actually make contact because of that evasion, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to work out why he didn't die when I did damage to him. Not sure. Yeah, I think we're just going to play that. Bang. Another anger card. That's interesting because that is slightly interesting because we can really stack that. I mean, it's edging more towards an anger build than a brittle build at the moment. No, that's fine. Let's do the looter. This guy could be a bit annoying. He sets you on fire. You might be able to kill him before his turn, potentially. I doubt it, but you never know. So I could do this and then this, and then that's going to do a lot of brittle damage. That's actually going to do... Is that 18 damage to him? Which isn't a kill, but it's not to be sniffed at either. Whack. Oh yeah, and he heals himself. And he's put brittle on us. The absolute cheek of it. But we're going to crit hit him, I think, with our Hellforged Axe again. So, yeah, I just think we want to play this one first. So guarantee the critical hit. And then, boom. Tell you what, that Hellforged Axe is not something you necessarily find in this area. You could find it in an opportunity basically anywhere within the run. So to get it this early is really nice. Draw a melee action. Frenzy. I think because we're getting these Fury cards now, I think the Frenzy is going to be more attainable. Draw a melee action and then gain it. Yeah, I think we can definitely make that happen. Not all the time, but you know. Let's do another shrine. The Shrine of Melancholy. I don't remember this one. The stone face of an old sailor stares out into the starry night. At its feet a plaque reads, Hope anchors the soul. Oh, I know what this is. Examine. This shrine adds memorized to a card. Cards with this property get shuffled to the top of your deck at the start of combat. Yeah, so when you have a card as memorized, you basically always draw it first. It can be quite powerful. So let's see, what card out of here do I always want to draw in my hand first? I mean, arguably the magic carpet, but I can't guarantee I'd be able to play it is the only thing. What really makes this build sing at this stage? And Hellforge Axe is the obvious choice. I can't think of any argument not to do it, honestly. Yeah. It's going to be in our opening hand every time now. Alright, do another opportunity. As I said, those tend to disappear if you don't do them. A log cabin rises into view through the undergrowth, the bark-covered logs chinked with sand and mortar. A stone chimney rises from the far side of the thatched roof as vines and weeds cling to the walls. Perhaps you might find some valuables or enjoy sleeping in a bed beneath a proper roof. Yeah, we can enter. Inside the cabin, cold ashes rest in a stone fireplace. A wood and rope bed fills the far wall and dust blows across the wooden floorboards. So, if you do this as a wizard class with the blue energy, it's intelligence, isn't it? Obviously. Like we did with the strength. With this one, you actually get different options, one of which gets a bonus for doing it. But the thing you want to do here is cook. If you look for valuables, you get a bit of gold, but it's not really worth it. If you cook a meal, starting a fire, you manage to find several ingredients: a pot of honey, mustard, and dried herbs, all you needed to make a true feast out of whatever you had on hand already. As the smells of a well-cooked meal start to fill the cabin, the sensation of being watched intensifies, so we can call out. You call out but get no response, yet the feeling of being watched does not diminish. So, as I said, if you play an intelligent class, you kind of learn that there's like pixies or fairies or something in here, and you can make an extra meal for them, and then you get a special reward if you do that. But as long as we eat the meal and didn't search for valuables, we'll heal. After enjoying the meal, you fall into a peaceful slumber and awake refreshed the next day. There we go. So we're up to full health now. So this guy's going to hit us first, which I'm not thrilled about, but I think it'll be okay. With full health, it's fine, isn't it? So he's got evasion, so I'm not going to burn my Hellforged Axe on that for obvious reasons. And I won't be able to play. I mean, there's no point. I will get the Fury cards though, and it's not like it disappears after you play it. We'll gain the armor first though. Then we'll do that. He's not going to hit, but I'll get the Fury cards there, so it's not a complete loss. So I can damage myself here because of these cards. So I can do that and then draw a melee action and gain the extra energy. So that's pretty cool. Let's do that. So if I've done this correctly, I should get more energy. Let's draw that one. Yes, it worked. Cool. I can actually gain another one. Ooh, we'll gain a haste. Let's get some brittle on him, and then we'll hit him like that. That'll do. These evasion enemies are really annoying when you play a melee class. It's quite a common thing for them to do. The magic carpet sounds good though. Let's do that. Let's cheapen these so we can do that without hurting ourselves. I'll gain the haste. Oh, we evaded it. I should have done it the other way around. I forgot. I do a lot of these little mistakes, generally because I'm hurrying or, I've seen this encounter a few times and I just want to kind of push through it. But it's definitely bad practice. Like, I should have done that ambush, but I just didn't. I'll gain the haste, though. We gain the anger. I think I'll just kill him. Bang. Not far from leveling up again. Flash ammo. Your next 3 ranged actions. I'm not playing a ranged class. I've got the stone shape one. Chasm. Deal 4 damage. Deals extra damage equal to your foe's stagger. Now that's it. I'm going to try and build into stagger, I think. I've got a couple of cards now, including that stone shape one, that react quite nicely with it. I don't need to heal, really. Let's do a non-elite fight. Sometimes I leave the area elites until after the boss, just so, like, if I'm in a state where I don't fancy it, I can just move on. Oh, yeah. He hasn't got evade. We can stack that up, and then we can hit him for... what's that? 23? Yeah. Can't argue with that, really. some of these bandits steal your money. Nasty. Okay, so I haven't got any stagger yet. So it's not a lot of point playing that card. I've got to remember the ambush this time. We can play that, gain an extra energy. Did I damage myself? I think because it's yellow border, it's telling me I didn't damage myself. I could draw a card, though. Deal 60. Oh, 60. It must be because that's critting now for 16. Is that worth it? Let's draw a card and just see what we... Oh. Oh. It's fine. I should still have the crit, but oh, no. Oh, because I had the haste. That actually made that cheap enough to play. Oh, that's near... Oh, that is a kill with the brittle. Bam. Lovely stuff. We got a level. Okay, what do we got? Plus 20 health is quite good. I'll leave that up for now. Whenever you inflict a deep wound, inflict 3 bleeding. That's okay. Whenever you add a card to your deck, convert its energy cost to neutral. That's potentially interesting, but let's flip this one. Transmute all your basic attacks into different cards. No, because that will change my Hellforged Axe, which I do not want to happen. I'm not doing a bomb deck. Likewise. Gain access to holy cards as a test of faith. I wish you could kind of highlight these to tell you what that actually is, because I have no idea. Getting neutral energy cost could be quite nice. But I actually don't know about that, because sometimes I want to take the cards that do damage to me, because I kind of know it's... You know, I've got ways of healing that damage. I'm going to take the extra health, even though it's a bit boring, I think. Now this one's quite... If we're doing a brittle build, this one's good. I've taken this before. Enter Shattering Stance and inflict 2 brittle for every card you've drawn. The Shattering Stance. Whenever you draw a card, inflict brittle equal to its... Whenever you draw a card, inflict brittle equal to its cost. You're immune to pinned. Pinned is a nasty thing, actually. Alright, take another stance. I don't know if you can have 2 stances open at the same, like active at the same time. I'm guessing you probably don't. I don't know for sure. Shrine of Commerce. Okay, so with this one we can. I think this is like the Alchemist, where we can do a lot of damage to ourselves, offer up a card we don't want, and use that to actually transmute it to a higher tier of card. I'm actually going to do that because we've got decent health at the moment. So what am I not a fan of? Yeah. So I mean, obviously one of these, but it would mean that I wouldn't get a hugely amazing card. I haven't got any stagger cards yet. I'm even wondering if maybe I kind of give up on the idea of doing a stagger build and just go all in on the brittle. What was my other stagger thing that I got? Oh, the Chasm deals extra damage. Oh, because that can get really high. I mean, I've done like sort of 60, 70 stagger to enemies. Does it explain stances if I click on this? No. I'm guessing you can only have one active at a time. I quite like the haste because I've got some expensive cards. When it's active, it's always beneficial. Maybe I just get rid of the armor, as weird as that sounds. Like, I don't mind this because it causes the brittle, but I'm not really armoring up, like, as part of my build. I might transmute that one. Let's have a look. What do we got here? Deal 6 damage. Okay, so we can do the Frenzy more reliably now, I think. Gain 10% of your maximum health. That's pretty good. I want to see if there's anything staggering here, though. Deal 3 damage. Critical hit. Inflict a deep wound. That could be really good, because I've got ways of guaranteeing a critical hit on a strike. It would mean doing a bit of a combo, though. It's definitely a possibility. We've got this one. Crushing Blow. Deal 7 damage. Frenzy. Gain energy and draw a card. Rampage. So do more damage depending on the anger. Yeah, maybe. You can see a bomb card there. I think a bomb build is definitely viable. Battle Spear, Foretell. That's when you kind of look at your next 3 cards. Draw a card. And take 3 damage. This damage is reduced by armor. No, I'm not doing armor. Deal 6 damage. Flanking. Upgrade all temporary cards in hand. No. Plus there's a yellow energy card. I'm not generating that yet. Barricade. Discard a card. Gaining armor equal. No. Kitchen Brawl. Deal 1 damage twice. Whenever you play an ingredient, increases damage 1. Yeah, so I'm going to do a food build at some point, but I'm not doing one right now. I'm tempted by this one because, as I said, 5 deep wounds, and there are different cards that can cause this. Kills any enemy. And at the moment, that's not too much of an issue, but it at some point it will be. And even then, it's got to draw a card, even if it's I think that's actually a really good card for someone who can get critical hits a reasonable amount of time. Well, I'm gonna heal up a little bit. I have got enough money to go to the Alchemist and do another card swap potentially. What would I switch? There's obviously the War Maces. Yeah. Let's do that. Probably nothing amazing. Some of these are one-use potions. I don't really want to do that. Potions Sash, though. Activate. Conjure a random potion. They could be quite useful, actually, the potions. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. I might end up swapping it out again at some point, but that's fine. I'm going to do another normal dog. Okay, so I haven't got the ambush one. We're going to do that. We're going to gain extra energy for playing this. I don't think the one I played is the one that guarantees a critical hit, is it? Or is it? Can't remember now. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh no, this is the one. Yeah, so I can play that again. And now this will be a critical hit. And it will draw a card. So that's good. Why didn't it draw a card? Didn't take a deep wound either. Why didn't that critical hit? So I played... Oh, next basic attack. Oh, okay. Maybe this wasn't such a good pick, but we'll keep with it for now, because there are other cards that can do that. But this one is going to just kill the dog, just to say. But at least we discovered that now, and I wasn't kind of holding out for a harder enemy. I've already got 2 of those, and I've already got 1 of these, so I think I'm going to say no to those cards. This might be my last campsite. I'm going to rest. Yeah. Do I fight the dog now? Yeah, I'll give it a go. It can be quite a nasty enemy, this one. We'll do our best. Got this little combo again, so we're going to do damage to ourselves, gain the anger, play this card, get the energy. I'm not going to play that one now. I mean, that one, because I'll get the brittle even from drawing it. So let's see. So I can't play this one. I can play both these. They've removed the brittle. Looks like it's going to be fine. But it has a lot of life drain, and it has other conditions as well, like this card is going to pin me, although I have a card that... Which one makes me immune to pinning? Is it this one? This is immune to bleeding. We're going to play that anyway for the ambush, gain the energy. I'll play the carpet, because then I can play both the other cards as well. Ooh. I'll take that. Let's actually get a potion now. What have I got? Troll Blood. 1 use, gain 3 regenerate. Yeah, so this will regenerate, does the healing equating to the number of stacks it has and reduces the stacks by 1. So it'll do 3 healing, next turn it'll do 2, next turn it'll heal 1, and then it disappears. So 6 total over 3 turns. Oh! I just realised the dog's, it has this thing where it dispels a blessing, which are these sort of green emblems, like my regen. And it's just inflicted that pinned on me. I can do this one. This is the one that's immune to pin. So it's actually the one I can play. What pinning does, it means for this turn I can only play the cards on the outside of my hand. But I actually would have wanted to play this one anyway. We should remove... It says I'm immune. Obviously, I guess that doesn't remove it once you've played it. Oh well, let's play that. Can't afford to play those. Or can I? I mean, I could. Yeah, I can. It's no... Oh yeah, it wasn't showing as playable, but it is now. I'm going to take a potion. It might be a healing potion. Oh, it's armor. Okay, I'll take an armor potion and a card. Not going to be a crit. It is 7th damage, though. I think this will more or less kill it, though. I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to do the health damage to myself. I will be able to win this next time. Yeah, can't pin me now. So just one of these will be enough. Bye-bye, elite enemy. Deal 4 on... Oh no, we've got that. And I've got that. I'm not doing that, so... Alright, let's proceed with the quest. Bandit markings. You spot some strange carvings on the back of the nearby trees. The sign seems to indicate a trail of sorts. Follow. Talking tree. A soft squealing breaks the unnatural silence within these woods. As you circle the suspiciously noisy tree, the noises get louder and louder until you see the bound man squirming against the ropes wrapped around his entire torso. The torso stripped down to its boots and undergarments. Start cutting the rope. Julius, it's the trader. As soon as the man is free, he huffs indignantly and picks up the feathered hat at his feet. Oh, we thank thee kindly, stranger. It appears we were hasty in our decision to take our business to these scoundrels. So he's going to crop up in our runs now as someone we can visit along the way. It'll turn out to be their loss, which is good news for you, friend. As a token of our gratitude, we will make our services available to you at a considerable discount, of course. What are you selling? Well, cards, of course. Only the best ones, we might add. Care to have a look? Show me. Okay, despite talk of a discount, he isn't doing that. But what have we got here? No. Got foretell, no. Defensive strike, no. Can't afford those anyway. Not really doing... Corruption is a very specific type of playthrough, which I'm not doing. Let's refresh. I want something that inflicts stagger. I haven't seen anything yet. Cooking... Spells, not really. I get another one of these, but I want something that actually does critical hits, I think. This turn, whenever you play a basic attack, gain a health and... I'm going to try and weed out most of my basic attacks, I think. Gain a health, gain ward, which blocks an affliction being cast on you for a turn. Gain bolster. That's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Draw 3. I can't afford that one. I think I'm not going to buy anything. Onto the bandit camp. You spot some strange carvings on the bark of the nearby trees. The sign seems to indicate a trail of sorts. Follow. Bandit camp. As you search for the next carving, you become aware of distant sounds to the east. You follow the increasingly muddy trail of footsteps towards a dense part of the forest. The noises soon become the clear sound of laughter and celebration. It looks like you found the hidden encampment. Now, if you approach quietly, you go straight to the boss. I'm going to charge in because you get an extra fight in before the boss. Just for a bit of extra XP. Let's see, what have we got? Ambush. Next, basic attack. Yeah, so we're going to do that, obviously. We're going to do 30 damage with that. That's all I can do. Right. So I think the anger and then the solid strike. It's a kill. No. Gain 3 armor. Oh, your next action this turn inflicts a critical hit. There we go. So that's what we want to add. That just says next action. That doesn't say basic attacks. So, yeah, that'll combine with our deadly wounds card. Still haven't got my heal up, but it's fine. Garvin Greaves. Right, so we got our ambush. Your next melee action is... So that would combine with it as well. But I don't have the card in hand at the moment. Ah. Do the crit. I mean, for 4 damage, I think I'll take the potions instead. Let's get a potion. On 1 use, gain 3 haste and draw a card. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough energy. Oh, most of the potions are free. Is that? I'm just worried that might disappear if... Oh, it did disappear. It's annoying. Most of the potions are free. That one obviously wasn't. Okay. Anger. Gain the energy. Actually, let's do the potion now. Draw 3 cards. Alright, let's do that. Frenzy. Yeah, well, let's just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I've done damage to myself this turn. Let's do it again. We'll gain that. Oh, what should I take? Have I got the thing that gives me a guaranteed crit? I haven't, have I? Let's do the solid strike instead then. So I can do... Oh, okay, yeah, 10 brittle on that. Thank you very much. This is going to be over in 1 hit, I suspect. But let's keep stacking it. See how far we can take this thing. Yeah. So he's on 39 health. This is taking him to minus 11. So that's, what, 50 damage in 1 hit. Bonk. And that's why I quite like the warrior build. It's a bit meatheady, but it is you can't deny that it's effective. This one's a bit weird, but it does another deep wound. On hit, if the target's health is even, it inflicts a deep wound, and it's got 2 charges. I probably will take that. I have managed to apply it. It's a little tough to pull off, so it takes a little bit of effort. Because this 3 damage applies if the health is even after this 3 damage. So yeah, it's a bit conditional, but it's probably worth doing because if we can combine that with our other one, we might take down like big tanky enemies. Like in a few rounds. He pauses, coughing up some more blood as he clutches the clearly lethal wound on his chest. Finish him. With a fluent strike, you end the bandit's life, his slumped body crumbling to the floor as a black smoke rises from his corpse. Okay, so here is when you want to address the bandits. Don't just go back to Bright Candle, because you get bonuses here. So if you invite them back as soldiers, the console will give you a bit of extra cash as a reward. It's about 25 gold, I think. But if you say, you will work for me now, none of the bandits seem to want to challenge your claim. Some even grunt in hushed approval, while others start to show some of their sentience again, sinister smiles curling their lips once more. One of the larger bandits steps forward and extends a gnarly hand. Suppose this ain't such a bad day after all. Welcome to the Crimson Crew, boss. We get the choice of these 3 cards, and it does appear to always be the same 3 cards. From the right, Crimson Knuckles, deal 4 damage on hit, inflict 3 bleeding, and steal 3 gold. Not bad. Ill-gotten gains. This is a 1-use card. Gain 50 gold and add a greed card to your deck. Now, greed cards are quite nasty. They do damage every time you draw them to you, and you have to physically remove them from your deck. But this one, for 1 neutral cost, deal 1 damage, meh, but on hit, steal a random blessing and 5 gold. Now, this is interesting because sometimes in some of the later areas, enemies will have like a massive stack of a blessing that might stop all damage, or that evasion even that we've seen. You play this, and it doesn't just remove it, it gives it to you. And the 5 gold, which is always nice. So this can be quite deck-changing, this card. Alright, where to next? Well, we've run out of places to go, so let's return back. So this is the last time we come back to Bright Candle, Canto 4. Turn in our quest with the console. The console greets you with a courteous nod. Oh, you made it back, which means you've already proven yourself more capable than most of the rabble that answers the gilded summons. A call to all adventurers to aid the ongoing war against the demons near the border between Loomis and Umbris. So, we're going to report our success. Generally, I skip it. I've seen this so many times now. Traitors, led by one of my former sergeants, no less. Oh, disgusting. I could stomach those weary of our cause, but to abandon it altogether and surrender to the corruption, it's revolting. Okay, so 50 gold for completing the quest. The consul reaches into a drawer on her oaken desk and hands you a heavy pouch. On behalf of the Radiant Militia, I thank you, warrior. You've taken care of quite the problem. How is the war progressing? Ah, yes. The consul pauses for a moment and takes a seat behind her desk, pressing the tips of her fingers against each other as she proceeds. As you might have gathered by now, our war against the Onyx Cathedral isn't going exactly as planned. Now, the Onyx Cathedral is a giant fortress near the border between Umbris and Loomis, said to be the anchoring home of the archdemon Dantelion himself. The demon's resistance has been far stronger than anticipated. Their numbers seem to grow by the hour, while ours dwindle every day. Who is this Dawnbringer? We call him the Dawnbringer now, but he was once known by his given name, Carillion Solspear, a Kandorian noble discovered to be the champion of the Order by the Gilded Rose itself. Dawnbringer is an honorary title to the individual destined to be the saviour of the shattered realms in the times of darkness. Why are they so important? Well, the Dawnbringer is not just a warrior of the light, he's also our banner, a rallying cry to the men and women of the Radiant Militia, to give them the courage they need to push into the hordes that await us in Umbris. But why isn't the plan working? The consul looks up and seems to think for a moment before taking a deep breath. Our champion is, missing. I tell you this because you've earned the truth. Every day the men and women of the militia grow more anxious as our numbers dwindle. Without our champion, the troops will lose morale, and if we can't change the tide, Bright Candle will be overwhelmed within weeks, if not days. I'm just going to click through this. It's a lot of waffle about the stuff that's going on. I'm not going to read it all. Maybe I will at some point, but I'm not in the mood. So she's basically asking us to find this Dawnbringer. He's wandered off into the wild somewhere. We've got to find him. That's about all we need to know. So I'm going to do this now. And then when I visit the blacksmith, that should refresh, I think. I'm going to upgrade a card. I'm going to upgrade my Hellforged Axe. What are the other options, though? So, I think this is the one that makes most sense, honestly. We're going to try and remove these next opportunities that we get. You can remove them at the blacksmith, but you can remove cards at the camps, as we've seen. Whereas it's harder to upgrade cards, generally speaking, particularly like the ones that you intend to upgrade. I'm still not going to go to the inn. I'm quite happy that we're kind of healing all right when we're out and about. Well, let's go to the merchant. See if he's got anything for us this time. Ah, noble saviour returns. Have a look at Julius's wares, my friend. Only the best prices, as always. Okay, foretell, meh. Wizard card. Got that. No. Some of these we've already seen. Oh, no. See, yeah, this is a... Hang on. Aftershock. Gain stagger equal to the last damage you dealt. Then transfer your stagger to your foe. Ah, that sounds pretty good. That could be where our stagger comes from. What else we got? This combat, your actions deal additional damage equal to your stagger. Did I pick that up already? Battle Brawler. No. I've got something else that does something similar, I think. Unless I could buy both. I've got enough money. Deal 5 damage. Yeah, I think... Because that enchant... So I don't think we've seen an enchantment yet, or if we have, I can't remember. But this is a card, when you play it, it kind of stays as a permanent effect for the rest of the combat. So, you play this once for the cost, and then it just always applies. So we could play this, and then you doing this card, and everything we do would do this extra stagger damage. I think that's got to be the way to go. See if we can make it work. Deck's getting quite big, but 3 of these we're going to delete as soon as we can. They're just the war maces. These things are kind of fueling our anger. The stone shape, which one is this? Immune to bleeding? Yeah, I'll probably get rid of that at some point. I'll probably transmute it at the alchemist at some point. Right, well, I think it's time to head out again. Another choice of 3. So we got kind of the core experience, which I think we're going to do. This Noxlite Swamp. There's other DLC packs for the other parts, but we're going to go to that. Stick with the core stuff on this run, I think. The thick fog makes it hard to navigate the treacherous ground, while only the occasional gaslight illuminates the deadly denizens of the damp, dark quagmire. Trail of the Champion. The mysterious Noxlite Swamp is mired in a thick, impenetrable fog. Many soldiers and adventurers alike have tried to find their way through these dense and dangerous grounds, and yet none have returned with clues about the champion's whereabouts. He's the boss. It's also one of my favourite characters in the game for reasons that will become apparent, hopefully, if we don't die before then. I think I'm going to take a little heal there. No money for the merchant. We're going to avoid the story just for now. Let's do a fight. So in this area, it keeps ramping up the kind of poison that we have at the beginning of the combat. Like if you're immune to poison, you know, you go ham here, but we're not. So I haven't got the ambush. He hasn't got any blessings worth stealing, so we'll play that if we can, but I'm not going to prioritize it. Gain 3 armor. Your next action this turn inflicts a critical hit. So if can I get an extra energy? I can't, unfortunately. Because those would pair nicely. I can't afford both, though. Likewise, this. I mean, it just makes sense to play the Hellforged Axe, doesn't it? I don't think I've actually ever played one of these Fury cards in this run to this date. Just, I think that fights are generally over before they kind of make their way to our hand. Which means that we're doing okay, I think. Alright, we can gain an energy. See, that appeared afterwards, so I couldn't have gained the ambush on that anyway. Let's do that. Not going to play that. At least we'll gain the haste. Gain the carpet. I'm not going to play it because I'm not that fussed about this. Gain armor equal to your foe's stagger. Yeah, I'm not that worried about armor. We're kind of more of a berserker, I think. This is. It still feels a bit muddy, the build, in terms of what we're specialising in, but I think it's gradually taking shape. I'm considering getting rid of the Deep Wounds cards as well, to be honest. Should cheapen everything. No, I haven't got a crit queued up. Oh, so this will do a Deep Wound saying that. There we go. So that's one of those. Remember, it needs 5 to kill him instantly, but I found the last time I tried to do a build like this, I was just killing stuff too quick. He hasn't got any stagger, but we'll just play them for the damage that it's doing. I mean, he's going to be dead, so yeah. And that's pretty much the Deep Wounds experience. Killing stuff so quickly you don't need it. Gain 12 armor, gain 5 stagger. We gain the stagger, so I don't really see the point of that. There must be a build where gaining stagger is kind of the thing you want to do, but I can't foresee that in my head just yet. I think there's a card or a talent or something I haven't seen yet. Inflict a random affliction. Repeat for other types of Nova cards. Okay, so there's a Nova builder, which we're not doing. I would quite like to do a Nova build at one point, but you kind of need to be a bit of a jack of all trades, I think, to make it work. No point going to the merchant yet. Let's do the shrine. Levity. Oh, yes. I like this one. I'm not going to read the flavor text, but basically what this one does, it reduces the cost of a card in your hand of your choice by 1. So what do we want to make cheaper? I mean, the Hellforged Axe is an obvious thing, but I'm slightly worried instead of removing one of the neutral costs, it might remove the blood cost, which I'm not as keen on. Flying Carpet's another option. Battle Brawler. But I'm not going to do that for reasons which will later become clear. I'm being a bit mysterious, but basically you unlock a character that can imbue enchantments within your deck of your choice. So you pay him 100 gold, and he can make this just be a permanent fixture. Like the card goes away, and it's always there. You don't have to play it, which is going to be awesome when this happens. But it hasn't yet, and I probably won't play that card a lot until it does, and I'm not going to upgrade it for obvious reasons now. This one, on Solid Strike, deal 4 damage, on draw, and inflict 4 brittle. So it's basically it's basically a 14 damage card. If we make that a 1 cost, that's, without other brittle coming into effect, I mean. So that could be really good. I mean, Flying Carpet, though, is just really good. Because even when it runs out of uses, when it's depleted, it just goes back into your hand and you play it again. Plus the evasion. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do Flying Carpet. Getting it down to a 2 cost. Pretty cool. Oh, this guy. I think it might be okay, though. He, on certain classes and archetypes, he's quite a pain in the butt because of the stuff he does. But I'm hoping we might be able to just take him down quick enough where that's not really a factor. Let's reduce these. Brittle. We'll see what potion we get. Conjure a random free card. Okay. Ooh. 5 damage and poison. Don't mind that. We'll play that. Bang. You may have seen something about changing the tide there. I think it's one of the DLC packs introduced a lot of like pirate and nautical based cards. I haven't really done a pirate build yet. But there seems to be a lot of stuff about ebbing and flowing of the tides. It sort of flips each turn. I haven't really got involved with it that much, but it sounds potentially interesting. What do we got here? So I think quite expensive cards. I think reduce those. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see what potion we get. It's one that does. I should have done that first. It didn't occur to me, but that's bad process. However, I can add brittle for each card we've drawn. That's not going to go up, so we'll do that. This combat your actions. Yeah, that's not going to apply. I'm not really dealing stagger as yet. Next basic attack is going to be a crit hit. I'm going to play that. Do that. And we'll do that. And that's... yeah. See, this is it. Like, the crit is only doubling the damage, remember? And this was 2 damage at base, so it's starting to feel quite... The War Maces are starting to feel quite underpowered now. Unfortunately. So he gains this impervious thing. It's a bit like block, but it blocks everything. Like no magic, no range, no afflictions. It's horrible. But as soon as we try and do an attack, it will go away. Just trying to think if there's an obvious way to... Play that. Right, I'm going to do it this time. There. So that's now free. Haste and a card. Yeah. Actually, no, I can use this to get rid of that impervious there. So now we can actually do damage to him. So let's play the rest of these cards that are now free. I have done damage to myself, so we'll do that. If that had been in my hand, I could have stolen that impervious. I think I'll do that. I mean, what I'm really... Oh, it's free because of the haste. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh. Armor, but now he's dead. Yeah, I think I'm going to remove the deep wound cards. So that'll get my... with the basic cards as well, that'll reduce my deck down to 20. I can get rid of those. I've got that card. So I'm going to do a camp, and I'm going to just remove cards at these now. I think the first ones we're going to get rid of are the War Maces. Let's do an opportunity. Hey, psst, over here. A voice calls out from the dark. As you approach, you see a traveller wearing a black cloak standing in the shadows.
I was robbed,
the figure exclaims.
Now I've got no things. Do you have thing to share?
Now, because I'm playing a meathead character, i.e. no intelligence or dexterity, basically, if you play one of those, you can actually look under the coat, and it's two imps standing on each other's shoulders wearing a trench coat. They're scammers, basically, but we're just going to say we haven't got anything. If you spot them, you get a really nice perk that those enemies that do the first strike that we've seen a few times, it actually stuns them so they can't act first. The little perk that you get. Yeah, which is really nice, obviously. I'm not too worried about our health, so I'm going to take a chance and use these camps to remove the cards I want to get rid of. The deep wound ones I might save for transmuting to a higher tier at some point. Now, you can take... I'm going to take the gold because I want to use it for stuff, but it is going to give me that greed thing that I mentioned before. Yeah, so we're going to want to get rid of that ASAP. So we'll probably do... I'm going to do another opportunity first.
Hey you, Walker, want to buy something?
A shrill voice shouts at you before an imp flutters into view, his tiny wings barely able to keep its pot-bellied frame in the air. This is good, this one, so I'm going to do... Sure, let's do a deal. The imp's smile widens even further than you thought possible before it quickly pushes the bag towards you with its hind legs.
Greatest decision. Look, only best of the smartest walker on the whole world.
Oh, I remember this one. So this is that imbue thing that I just mentioned, except you get a choice of 4 random effects to make permanent in your build. Okay, so let's go through these. This combat, gain 4 barrier and inflict 4 damage whenever you spend this. We haven't seen this yet. This is something called Darkness, which is a very particular build that I haven't really had much go with yet. So that's a definite no. Sand Strike. This combat, whenever you evade an action, which we do thanks to the magic carpet, conjure a surge of dexterity at the start of your turn. That's the sort of green surge card. We've been playing the red ones that give us an extra energy and a health. So this is the green version of that. Yeah, I think it's going to be this one. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but this combat, conjure a beast form at the start of the turn. Whenever you shift, gain 2 anger. Now I'm looking at the anger thing. The beast form, I don't really know what they do. I haven't engaged with this at all. I think it's like a monk thing, like a kind of like changing into, like a druid in D&D, you know, changing into various animal forms. But I think it's basically going to help us get 2 anger every turn. So we're going to imbue this one. It's going to cost us 20 health. Oh, maybe not. I thought they hurt me when I did that. Oh well. I mean, it's good that they didn't. I'm going to do the shrine. I need 35 gold to go to the alchemist. The statue of a twisted figure stands out from its surroundings. Out of its many contorted limbs, 2 open hands stretch out towards you. The statue has human-like features, but it's hard to discern where the figure's humanity begins and ends. So this one inflicts Cursed, and Cursed... It's a weird thing. I don't see the point of it, to be honest, because it just means that a card can't be removed or transmuted. It doesn't really have any benefits that I've seen, so I'm going to just leave that one, I think. Oh, let's do another campsite. Let's get rid of another, I think our last basic attack. Oh no, I'm going to want to get rid of greed, aren't I? Because that is awful. Do we want to do the elite? I mean, we could. Yeah, let's fight the elite. I get enough gold from that to hit the alchemist up next time we see her. Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. So this is our Master of Forms. Conjure a beast form at the start of a turn. Oh, okay, so I thought it would offer us a choice every turn. It's actually given us a card that I can't play. Because I don't have the right energy. You need green or... This is... You see, it's like almost 2 colours. That means you can play it with green or blue mana. I've only got red mana in this deck. That's not necessarily a terrible thing. When we can... One of our level up rewards sometimes gives us the choice of adding that sort of thing. So we'll just put a pin in that one for now. Now, this enemy also doesn't have a random blessing, so we're not going to take that. Aftershock gains stagger equal to the last damage you... Oh, this one we might try and play if we can. I don't see a way to do it on this turn. Because obviously we're going to play the Hellforge deck. So I was just seeing if any of my cards would allow me to do anything else, but that's pretty much it. If I can get that rolling, that's going to be really awesome, I think, getting that anger every turn. But yeah. Anger, basic crit hit. None of this is kind of tallying up at the moment. No magic carpet yet. I mean, I think we play the anger. We might as well play this. At some point that Hellforged Axe will come back. I guess we do the solid strike. There we go. Oh. Now he didn't lose health then. What happened there is he gained maximum health. He's actually beating us down like a absolute nightmare at the moment. Okay, so I think we're going to have to... pull out all the stops here. I can actually play... Oh, with the magic carpet you can play this. Well, that's a neat effect. Whenever you discard a card... Gain hay... Whenever you... They're all discard stuff. Gain... Cleanse... Oh! Oh, okay. And they've got start of turn effects as well. Gain blue energy. Gain 3 health. I mean, that might save us here. Armor and health, that might be what we need right now. I'm just thinking, I've got 44 poison on me, so I'm tempted to see if I can cure that. The thing is, I'm not really discarding cards, unfortunately. Yeah, either of these really. It's about the same thing. poison. I think he's killed us. Can't cleanse that poison. I might kill him in time, but I don't think I will. I've got some armor. I've got an evade. Might save me. I can keep coming up with that evade, but that poison, I'm very limited in what I can play because that poison's killing me. I discard... I'm trying to think if I've got anything here that discards cards. I don't think I do. So I can play that and not take poison, so at least we can evade. I'm going to play a potion and hope I get a cure. I didn't know... Oh, here it is. Oh, it's a regenerate at least. That'll do something for us. But I think until I get my big axe, which oh no, it's just... Oh. Yeah, I think I'm dying. I think the poison's killed me. Okay, what can we do? What can we do? Well, let's see what potion we get. That's not too bad. That's extra damage for free. Talking of free. Okay, what can we do? So we're going to want to raise the anger. I've still got this thing, which is my next basic attack crits. Thinking, I mean, I could take one anger. It's not worth it for taking 1 damage, I think. So let's... It was a good amount of damage, but even that, I think he's going to get me. Got to play the carpet again. Oh! Well, how did that get rid of the poison? That might just have saved us. Something got rid of poison. I'm not sure what it was. All my poison just disappeared. I can actually play cards now. Oh, did I just thinking, did I discard a card? I wonder if this counts as discarding a card. I think it procced that beast form we're in. Okay, well we're not out of this yet. I'm gonna steal an anger. I mean, I've kind of got like energy to burn at the moment, so let's do that. I've got a couple of stacks of evasion now. Having got rid of the poison, maybe we can get some health going. God, we are on a knife's edge at the moment. Just, oh my god, he's on 300 health. Okay, this is it's going to be tricky, but now I don't have that poison on me. It's not beyond rescue, I think. I should have played this first. Well, gain health equal to the next damage you deal. Ooh. Potentially interesting. I don't have any damage cards in my hand. I think it persists. That did damage to me, so I can do one of these. Oh no, okay, yeah, the solid strike. That's... Can I get the brittle going up first? Well, I can gain anger and fury. Make it a crit. So I'm going to get... This should give me all this life back. 50-point heal. We're back in business. Woof. Okay. And the anger's stacking up as well. What does this one do again? Immune to bleeding. I don't think... I mean, I might as well play it, but I don't think he really inflicts bleeding. I'm just going to keep gaining anger. Next basic attack. Yeah, why not? Sure. I've got the points, so why not? Do I want to shift to anything? Probably should. Whenever you discard a card, gain haste. I think I'd still quite like to stay in this one, gaining the health and the armor. It didn't bring my... Oh, did it? I'm not sure. I've got 1 evade, but we've got health now, so... Oh my god, he's at 500 health. How am I going to kill this thing? I don't know how I'm going to kill it. Gain stagger equal to the last... Oh, yeah, we want to play this. The last damage I dealt. Does it say what that was? No. Okay, maybe it has to be on this turn. That's doing 44 damage now. I don't need to make it free. I mean, I'm going to play this anyway because I want to get the evasion. We're going to play that. Now this is going to do 60. I think we've got to go for these deadly wounds. I think it's the only way I'm going to actually kill this thing. So we've got magic carpet again. I don't need to play it again now. Well, 2 evasion, why not? Deal 87 damage. Deals extra damage equal to your foe's stagger. So that is now... Yeah. Because of that stagger, this is... doing that much. So it's starting to ramp up the damage now, but he's still got 350 health. But he has got 3 deadly wounds. So we're kind of getting towards being able to kill him just through those. I'm glad I didn't get rid of them from the deck. Oh, I've never had a fight like this. Okay, so frenzy up. Okay, might as well gain this. Yeah. Tempted to go for the chasm, actually. Well, let's see if we can crit. Have I got a crits queued up? Basic attack. Don't think this is critting. But it did quite a lot of damage, so keep going on that, I guess. But at this point, energy isn't a problem, but him constantly... Ooh. Ooh. He didn't heal. He tried to play it, but it didn't happen. I wonder why that was. Not sure. Anyway, next one's a critical hit. Gain all the anger. I'm slowly killing myself again, though. I've just noticed I've got 1,030 poison on me. That's what's killing me. Okay, no, we can. It's fine, because we can do that. All right, let's do the one that gets rid of an affliction. This one. I'm guessing that's what card he played. It wasn't doing his health thing. It was transferring his twice his maximum health to me in poison. Do that again. I'll play it again. Let's get 2 evasion on. So we cleansed it, but then he put it back on us. But I've got the stance on now that's going to keep cleansing that every turn, I think. So we should be all right. Next action is a critical hit, but I haven't got my death blow card. Gain stagger equal to the last damage you dealt. Oh, okay, we can. Yeah. Is there any way of next? I think my next one is a critical hit anyway, but. Oh, he's dead. So I don't need to do the stagger. Wow, yeah, that was worth a level up. Okay. So this is where we can increase our amount of energy we get. I was going to take just a red, but with that stance thing now, I'm tempted to take this green one. So we can then play that beast form thing. Your melee... Oh. This one, your melee actions inflict stagger equal to the damage they deal. It's got to be that one. I mean, we're kind of going in for a stagger build. I'm going to... keep that up. I'm going to re-roll this one, because I'm thinking with that beast form thing, because I've got the magic carpet, I can play it. It's not like it's unachievable. Forge Mastery. Whenever you adapt a card... No, I'm not adapting cards. Not interrupting. Or a blue. I think it's got to be this one, because we're dealing so much melee damage. Doing that stagger as well is absolutely savage. I don't really want to dilute the deck any further at this point. But gaining 10% of my health when I want it is potentially interesting. What's anger? I don't know what anger... Oh, no, yeah, no, that is the thing. Dispel a blessing, then gain anger for each of your afflictions. Yeah, I've got ways... I mean, my anger stacked up to nearly 30 on that last fight, so I've clearly got ways of doing that. What's my maximum HP? 85, so I'll be getting probably 8. On a frenzy... I think I've got other cards that can heal me. I mean, it did in that fight, didn't it? So, let's pick a bit of an easier fight this time. Nice to heal up again like we just did. Yay, magic carpet. And I'm going to play it because I think you have to. Now I'll go into the beast form that does the armor and healing, I think, for the time being. Did I take damage yet? I can't remember. Let's pretend I did. I mean, this stagger thing, I'm thinking of getting rid of the cards that do brittle even and just kind of really pair it back to this stagger stuff. I did get the energies, that's cool. I'm gonna do that. And he dead. Yeah, I mean, the deadly wounds didn't even come into that thing, so I mean, if I couldn't make it work in that fight, honestly, I think I'll just get rid of the guards. Tell you what, let's play my axe. Visit the blacksmith. Upgrade my axe again. Is that the one we want to do? I still think it is. The merchant. It might be a bit early to visit the merchant. I'm not sure. This frog is horrible. You can reduce your health by 1/3 with one card. Let's give it a go. Looks like he's going to play it as well. If I can get like a block or something up, that would be good. Do this Don't think I'm going to have a block. I haven't got my magic carpet to evade. Ooh, can I do anything else? I think that's it. He's going to knock my health down by 1/3. Oh no, he's dead. What was it? Did I cause... I must have caused stagger. Oh, because my melee attacks cause stagger now. Yes, so how stagger works is it does damage... Let me look it up. So stagger, at the start of your turn, take damage equal to half of the stagger, and then reduce the stagger by half. So it does reduce over time, but all my melee attacks are doing that now. I hadn't really entered my brain properly, but yeah, that is huge. On here, when play, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the deep wound stuff, I think. I want to pare this deck back a bit and build it around this stagger. Okay, Alchemist is a good way of doing it. Right, let's transmute something. I mean, that's an obvious candidate. This is going to be really good as we get it going. I mean, probably this one. Definitely one we can do. Still got a war mace, but we can do that at the camp. Right, what do we get? Free death blow? See, this, if you were doing like a deep wounds build, this would like make your build, wouldn't it? This combat inflicts a deep wound for every 5 basic attacks you make. I mean, that would be a great one, but we're not. I don't really want to dilute it in that way. Deal 5 damage. Deal additional damage equal to 10% of your foe's maximum health. With the talent we've got, that's not a bad one. After 3, that's a cookery one. On death, resurrect and set your health equal to the overkill. And gain aspect of vengeance. I mean, it's kind of an extra life, but nah. Unfortunately, you can't say no on these things, so I'll take the Dragon Slayer. Slightly more fitting. It's not perfect, but a bit better. What do you? I've forgotten which card it was that gave me the health back that really helped in that last fight. Assume it's in here somewhere, but... Oh. I reckon there's probably about 6 cards here I just would quite happily get rid of. This is the one I need to imbue now. So when we're able to do that, and it's going to be after this area, that's going to be huge. I'm trying to think, what was it that he... Oh God, I can't even remember now. Anyway. Right. What do we want to bring out? It's going to be a crit, whatever we bring out. And I want to play the axe, really. I don't think I've got the energy for it. I just don't have the energy for it. Story of my life. Oh, I do now. Okay, cool. Next action is a critical hit. So, I mean, I think we'll do that. And then this guy's dead. Because on his turn, he's going to take 46 damage. Bye-bye. No, I want to be reducing my deck now. I don't want to be taking more stuff. This is quite a nice heal. If you see, for ages I didn't pick this because, I think it was the Wizard of Oz. It's the Field of Poppies that makes them fall asleep. I was like, oh, this is going to be awful and it'll be a terrible effect. But actually, it's a really nice heal. So we're going to lie down asleep amid the flowers and then get a nice heal. Okay, let's do Froggy because I think we're pretty much at the point where this is... I don't want to use the word cakewalk, but it's really coming together, this build now. Like, if I can get that to crit, I can't do it on this turn, unfortunately. I mean, I could do that, but then I can't play that card. Yeah, I think Froggy's going to hurt me on this one. He doesn't have his bad card that does it. Dazed, we're immune to, and he heals. Okay, that's fine. No, I don't have that attack. Oh, but I can do it with that. So let's do that. So we'll get, and then this basic attack is a crit. Oh no, it's not. What did I think it was? Oh no, it is going to be. Oh, but the basic attacks are rubbish. So. Oh, okay, I've run out of energy. Just playing cards randomly. He still hasn't got his big attack that takes off all your health, so I'm not happy about that. Melee action's going to be a crit. 2. I'll steal 5 gold off him. I think I've got the energy for it. Frenzied stance. On draw. Gain an anger. Reduce... I'm okay. Like I said, I really want to be reducing the number of cards in my deck at this point. God, that slime fight, I really thought that was it. What, were we down to like 6 health at one point? Okay. I mean... I haven't seen my magic carpet for ages. I mean, that's the main reason to get the deck size down. So that these important cards just come out a bit more reliably. Yeah, that's kind of a bit of a feedback loop. Your actions deal additional damage equal to your stagger. So my attacks do the stagger. And then the attacks then do... Yeah, it's like an infinity graph. It's pretty shit. I think I'd rather 5 gold than... But I don't think I got the gold because it's an on-hit effect. Erp. He's very slowly killing us. I mean, it's going to be okay, obviously. I mean, at the end of this next turn, he'll be dead, but... It's making it a bit annoying. Just seeing if there's anything beneficial here to play. I don't think so. So he's dead. Oh, no, he's not. It was the stagger. Oh, it was half the stagger. Oh, God. My hubris. I die to this ranger after beating that slime. Oh, bloody evades as well. Oh, my God. That was enough. That love potion killed him. We must have slung it at his head. Start a turn, take a damage and draw a card. I don't mind that, actually, because that means my frenzy effects are going to, although, you know, potentially could go very wrong. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. Let's go cheeky healing. See the merchant? I mean, at this point, I don't think there's any cards that would really massively increase us. I could think of cards I want to get rid of. Okay, so this is kind of the story stuff. We've got these like little sprites to defeat now. Do have poison, so I can't just play cards willy-nilly at my health. Now his thing is that at the start of your turn, heal all damage. At the start of your turn, so I'm wondering what happens first. The stagger, which would kill him. Oh no, because it's half the damage. Oh, this is... this is quite a nice card, but I don't think I need it with the magic carpet. Plus, it's almost killed me on at least a couple of occasions. As you're ready to strike your final blow, the wisps disperse and scatter through the marsh.
We tell, master, we tell.
Inspect the cloth. The gold and white cloth leaves little room for doubt. The champion's party must have gone through this part of the swamp. I mean, sure, he might have a card, I guess. Let's have a quick look. No soup, it's a soup Nazi. Gain 1 anger and draw a card. A cooking deck does sound like it could be quite fun. None of those look particularly useful. Draw a card. Convert its cost to blood. Inflict bleeding. That could be really cool. I mean, I can't afford it. But if your foe dies this turn, you get plus 2% experience for every different card, and you gain an extra 20% experience. Which would be quite fun. But no, none of these cards look particularly good for us. So. I'd love a heal. I can't buff this up at all. Just those cards didn't come out, so. Yeah, looks like the heal happens first. Worth noting that. Okay, now I am poisoned, so what do we want to achieve here? Next action is a crit, but I don't have an attack card. Well, I could draw one. So if I play this, I could have done that. Just killing myself. Sure, let's take that, because that's a bit of a heal. Why didn't that heal? What was the thing? Deal 5 damage. Deal additional damage equal to 10% of your foes. Oh, for some reason I thought that would heal me. Nope. This will. Slightly. I'm out of poison now. I suppose I might as well put some brittle on him. Actually, I think the damage happens first and then the heal. I'm very slowly dying here. I'm not poisoned, so... Take a bit of gold. That's an interesting one because... I don't know. It's quite expensive. Leave it for now. I think this poison might be what kills me. I don't really have any heal in this deck, so I mean, occasionally you get a healing potion from this. But that's a love potion. So I don't know what to do. Just dying. I think I'm dead. If he does any more damage to me, I'm dead. Oh! On 1 health. It's the poison that's going to do it. I play one more card, I'm dead. I mean, can't do anything to him. Let's see what it is. It's a bloody hell. Now, does the poison happen first or does the heal? The poison happened The poison happened first. There we go. So that was about halfway through a warrior type build. We'll leave it there for this time. Like I said, it's quite a vanilla type build. I think I'd really like to build around the stagger specifically. I think that could be really powerful. I think initially I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be a brittle deck or what. And then the kind of the stagger stuff happened quite late on because those cards, and especially that talent, I can't see it now. That meant that my base attacks did the stagger damage. I mean, that just would have made that deck, but it didn't really have any healing, and that was kind of a problem with that deck. That poison in the swamp was just killing me by 1,000 cuts, wasn't it? But yeah, that was cool. So I got some extra points. I've actually got 123 points to spend now in this rewards track. I think what I want to do next time, I want to do the Hunter Bleed build. But maybe I'll just unlock a bit of extra health to take into that. And then you've got the kind of Soul Reaper type stuff, which I've dabbled with a little bit, although not with the specialist cards. And I think it seems quite fun, actually. So we might get into that as well. But I think next time we come back, next week, we're gonna try the Hunter, which is a class I actually do really enjoy. And we're gonna kind of do frenzy and bleeding and fun stuff like that. And yeah, see if we can get it going. But thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this first look at Dawncaster. Like I said, it's probably my favorite deck builder I've played since Slay the Spire. And I think once the devs have kind of tuned how much the fate shards you get after a run, so you can unlock other builds a bit quicker, I think, yeah. I think people who are kind of marking it down on the Steam reviews, I think that seems to be the main issue people have with it. It is a little bit grindy if you want to unlock all the tracks, but I mean, I think, you know, it's not designed for you to just unlock an entire tree at once, because basically a build is unlocking, it's basically 125 to unlock a build, really, because you get a weapon, a talent, and a starting card. That's all you really need. But things like the portraits and stuff are nice, but I think that's probably the last thing you unlock, and they're not essential to it, because, you know, you kind of move down here and these things are all vertically unlocked. And then if you want a portrait, you know, they don't kind of open up the other paths themselves. So I think probably it's something, if you unlocked everything else and you're really worried about your portrait, maybe you'd do. But I'm in no rush to do that. I think I did unlock it in the Rogue before I really understood how these things worked. Did I? No, I didn't even do it. No, I did. I unlocked this one because I was playing kind of a bard class in the Rogue, which is really fun. Definitely do that quite soon. I did unlock a portrait that kind of worked quite well with that theme. But yeah, come back next time and we'll try another run of Dawncaster. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that'd be awesome. Do leave a comment as well. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game and on this episode as well. Was there something you enjoyed? Like I said, I mean, I think it's going to be my sort of 1 a week on Sunday series where, you know, for a couple of hours we just chill. We do a run, trying to build into a particular style of deck, see how far we can get. I think it's certainly fun for me to play, but let me know in the comments if it's something that is fun for you to watch as well, because that will certainly influence how long the series might go on. I mean, it's been out for 4 days at the point I'm filming this, and I think I've got about 50 hours in the game already. Like I said, I've done no recording for other videos since this game came out, because I've just been playing it basically constantly just for my own entertainment. But yeah, looking forward to your feedback anyway. And a big thank you as always to our channel members as well for supporting Boring Dead Gaming. Massively appreciated as always. And you know, if anyone else is interested in checking out memberships and gaining earlier access to my videos, that'd be awesome. But thanks very much. And I hope to see you elsewhere on the channel for other games, other playthroughs, including future episodes of Dawncaster. Bye for now.